Welcome to another episode of the Wealthy Wendy Show. Today's guest is a friend, colleague, inspiration, and a motivator to me. From star, to being the top unit manager in Sagicor, our guest today moved from no money at all to financial freedom. Star alone or Star and Gleaner?
Star and Gleaner. So I said Star like on the Thursday and Friday. So it wasn't all week. It was on a Thursday and Friday. So we sell the Thursday Star and the Friday Star. And then on a Saturday morning, we sell like Sunday Gleaner. Not on a Sunday. Because Sundays were days where that was put away for the church. And I have to go to church. Not care how I go on like I don't want to go. You know, aunt and granny to make sure so I go to church. Right? And so we used to have this Sunday school bus. So we used to go to church at Clifton New Testament Church of God. Right? So we used to go to church with my cousins them and at that time I meet my current best friend, or one of my brethren would have been, you know what I mean, a brother would have grown through life. But I'll tell you more about him. I youth named Devon Wisdom. So we'll go to church with Devon and things until I'm bona fide right now. But selling Star kind of molded me.
Yeah, but how did you sell Star and go to school?
Yeah, man, because we sell Star in the evening.
Oh, when you come from school?
Yeah, man, yeah. And so I say, I learn about the guys around the place. So they would have, kind of molded me. We say them make some money and me want to make some money too. Right? Because me want to buy my little shoes and want to buy, kind of thing. So it was encouraging at the time to really, I never see nothing wrong with it because, of course, I never know nothing better. I just want to fight.
You just see them at work, you just see them at money, you just want to make money.
People like Chester, people like Leighton Morgan, them kind of guys. There's another guy can't come to mind now, but yeah. Oh, John and Eric and all them people used to sell Star in a Manor Park. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So you started selling Star at age of 13. How long you sell Star for?
I think I sold Star for a little extended time because what happened was while I was selling Star, one of my mentors and very, very good friend, a youth named Lincoln Foster. I call him Shine. Shine anywhere there. Big up yourself, Shine would have been a man now I wanted to be like. Tall, dark, and handsome, and all this, and things. So,
he used to sell Star too?
No, Shine used to work in the supermarket.
Oh, so in a big position, you feel like that's a big position now,
yeah. So Shine used to work in the supermarket. Now, when Shine was working at the supermarket now, when me finished selling my Star, I used to go check him. Right? So when I go check him now, there's a lady by the name of Miss Martin who was the front-end supervisor. Right? And Shine used to watch Miss Martin. So when Miss Martin look, me that just slip in the supermarket, wrap a one front end, we call it wheel at the time, where you wrap a supermarket, you wrap a bag for a customer and push it out. Yeah? And get a little $20 or $10.
Oh, so help you out?
Yeah, Shine used to help me out. I know my situation. Yeah. Because Shine house was a house where me used to go. Right? Like in the evenings, like after school or after when we come home, like when we come over in the evenings, after selling Star, right? We used to go Shine house now and watch him sister TV. Yeah? Yeah, man, we used to watch him like so.
You didn't have TV?
There was no TV in my house. Cause my TV or my electricity, them time there was a home sweet home lamp,
Oh, so you never had no light?
No light.
So you never grew up with no light?
No light.
Oh, so you just grew up with lamp, home sweet
home?
Home
sweet home.
Oh, that's why you never have no fridge and nothing never there, so.
Yeah, man,
so you have to do homework before night come down?
I tell you about the homework, because I tell you, say, we'd have a eerie mango tree in the yard, right? And so more time when I study, right, at the home sweet home lamp, out on the front page, right, under the tree, right, and sometimes there was a light, light post.
Yeah.
So, and the light will come through, so you shift all the book, all right? and they have the lamp beside you for extra light. You good? And I tell you, Wendy, sometime you see up in my nose, I'm going to go, so, appear black. Because you know the smoke.
Yeah.
Appear black, man. But, you know, growing up, I really do want, well, I really, no, I'm thinking about it that, boy, you had to have a vision, but I really wanted to make something of myself. You know, I really wanted to.
You were doing what was necessary to do that.
I was
You
doing
sell
what was
star,
necessary,
you
yes.
got to work in a supermarket, and then you have to study under the tree with a lamp. But can't be say, it's like right now I'm sitting on, it's like you can't picture somebody growing up without light.
No, never have no light in them days. Like.
What age you got light? What age you got exposed to light?
I think we get exposed to light could have been about, might be 16.
What years you live without light, man?
Yeah, 16 would have been a fear. 16, 15 plus, yeah, because I would have gone to Kingston Technical. So I'd have gotten the common entrance and went on to Kingston Technical.
Remember you feel common entrance?
Yeah. No, I got the technical entrance
right.
and move on to Kingston Technical. When I come home the evening, them time they know me hustle in the supermarket now and not tell me star same way hustle in the supermarket. I'm come home the evening and my grandmother tell me she get a letter. She get a letter from ministry. I said, what is that now? She said, when she woke me and she tell me, I'm pass me, I tell you. When me jump in a Wendy. Yeah, man, when me jump, me run from, because it was a little flight of stairs. I run and jump. The joy that I had, I don't think I've ever felt that joy ever again. I mean, it was one of the most, I remember I feel.
Yeah.
And so, I didn't want failure to be a part of me, you know what I mean? So when I realized that I would have passed my first exam, it was a real
joy,
crowning moment for me.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
So you went on to Kingston Technical now. So when you went on to Kingston Technical, you were still selling star and...
Still selling. I mean...
Well, you love your little side also, though.
I think at that time I really realized, you know, that, you know, I had to do something. Right, so the hustling was now a part of me, right? So I have my little lunch money. So when my good friend Devon, my good friend now, because Devon went to Charlotte School, and I went to Canton Spring, and so we would have met along the church lines, and so Devon and I now met up in the same class at Kingston,
yeah.
8A, Kingston Tech, Mr. Oldness, right? Now Devon now I'm bright boy. What me say? Devon bright. Now. Me can remember not going on as one of the bright kids in the grade 8 class, right? And so me decide that Devon come first in class. So I think we had 3 semesters or 3 different times. And so we will get some exam scores, right? And Devon come first, and first. And first. I said, no, man, I'm on a bright team, man. I don't want a bright so. Anyway, so when we got to grade 9, right? So I remember my averages were down in the 30s and 40s, while Devon average at some 70s and 80s.
Yeah, I feel, man.
I feel. I said, no, man. So I did make a decision right there and then that I'm going to hold on to this boy's curtail, right? So I have never...
From a young age, you wanted to be in the company of persons that were succeeding.
Yes.
Because you remember now,
yes.
you saw the star people as people who were succeeding,
yes.
who were selling stars, so you wanted to do what they were doing.
Yes.
You go to school now, Devon has succeeded, you got hang on upon Devon,
hang on
so you
upon
can
Devon
succeed as well.
tail. So I remember, but I had to leave school. So when Devon was doing extra lessons, right?
You couldn't afford it.
I can't afford it, so I have to run go man up and get my little 2 and 6 for go back to school the next day. You know, sell me like a star and thing, and sometimes on Saturday I do dumb little hustling with shine, you know what I mean? Kind of thing, right? And so Devon was the man, my mentor at them time, you know, because Devon always bright, always I get top grade. Because Devon right through high school, Devon has never come less than second in none of our exams. Always. So I decide to make a hold on upon him. And so up to today, I still have hold on upon him. Because me and him always do things together. You know what I mean? I bought a piece of land in Water Race. Him buy a piece of land too. You know what I mean? Kind of, but, you know, kind of thing. But it was, I made a decision. And I remember we were doing surveying, right? I couldn't beat him in the maths. I couldn't beat him in English. I mean, we were like the teacher's boys. I mean, me, him, Aubrey Phillips, and Devon was like our teacher. What's her name? Miss Phillips. I can't remember her name right now. Stevens. Oh God, yeah. May her soul rest in peace. Miss Stevens would call us her boys. But me had the dunce one out of the three boys. We had the bright one, Devon had the brighter one, and of course we were real good friends, you know what I mean? And I said, boy, I'm not leg off of them, right? Because they used to come to my house, we used to eat together, we used to have fun. My grandmother used to look after them just to see them, you know what I mean? We were real good friends, but me I power them because they're bright. I'm one look at the brightness.
You want rub off
on me. You know what I mean? So you had to find somebody that you believe that was going to anchor your life, and Devon was that kind of person.
So when you started hanging around Devon now, yes, what kind of grades you start getting?
I started getting better grades, but it's still never good.
But at least you're gone up on that, so at least.
I started getting better grades, but it wasn't good. I remember surveying was the subject that I was really excelling in, surveying. And so I made a decision, right, that if there was one subject I want to beat Devon in, it's surveying, right? And so I studied Wendy.
Study?
Yeah, man.
And the light?
Yes, man, but them time the little light come now, so you can do a little thing on the back, because there was a little, around the light.
You get electricity now.
Little electricity there. Electricity.
Yes.
Yeah, man. And things. So I study. I study surveying, man. I put in the work. And when the man start call the grades in what you call this, ascending order?
Yeah.
Yeah, ascending order. From bottom to top.
Yeah.
Right. And him call and I not hear my name. And him call and I not hear my name. And him call and
Devon name.
And no man, him call and I not hear my name. And him call. And there's a bright youth in the class named Anthony Williams. And we have a student named Norman Police now. And him call and him reach on to the last four. Me still not hear my name. I said in order now. And him call Norman, him call Anthony. And I said, what? I'm start, get happy. And the man called my name before Devon name. Me get 98, you know?
Wow.
And Devon get 100. The only exam that I believe I could have beat him, you know. The man still beat me. But can you imagine?
But you make a level up
what?
and get 98.
I can imagine how I feel, man.
May I tell you?
My best subject at school, man.
From 30 to 98.
From 30 to 98.
That's very good, though. That's
Yeah,
very,
man.
very good.
I also had a very good math teacher named Mr. Irons too. You know, it would kind of get me in the mode. So, yeah.
You had good
Mentors and teachers.
mentors and teachers, but you had something inside you from growing up because you always wanted to succeed.
Yes.
And you try to find people that would help you to get to the next level.
Yes.
Which is a good quality of yours.
You know, Wendy, I remember when it was my last day at Kingston Technical High School. And I don't know if you know them days there when you used to say we do the book rentals, right? And with book rentals, you'd have keep your books in your desk, and then lastly you give up what is not yours, and then you carry home. So I carry home the rest of my books them now, right? And thing. Never have much, but I carry home what was left of the books. But I walk through the quadrangle because our KT stay, you have a big, like an ear, we call it the quadrangle. You come to the quadrangle and now you head to Anuh Street. Right? So I walk through the quadrangle now when I head to Anuh Street. I said, but hold on, something hit me. I said, hold on, but I not come back to school. I'm in 4 years. What am I going to do? And I vividly remember, I don't know what come over me, but I just turned my eyes to God. I said, God, I don't know what I'm going to do now, you know. But whatever I'm going to do, I just not get what this. Yeah, man, whatever you have for me, man, I not get what this. And that prayer, believe you me, I feel that prayer resonate until now.
So when you left KT, you left KT, so you never carry no more mango for lunch.
Yes.
I used to carry mango for lunch.
Yes, man.
Mango.
6 mango, man, with the water. When the soft mango, they run down my hand.
I have to go in a car and I eat lunch.
Yeah, man, everybody, I eat lunch.
Wow.
Man, I have to suck off my mango, man, and that was lunch. Back to class. Me and my brother too, man.
So when you left KT were you still selling Star at the same time?
Yeah, man, when I leave KT, I sold Star, but not for a long time. Right? Because by this now, I started to get some recognition from the supermarket and Shine. And so I used to get me like holiday work in the supermarket. So like on a weekend, like for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Interesting you mentioned that, because on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we used to get like 12, don't want to line up, $1,250.
For the entire
for the 3 day. For the 3 day.
$1,250.
$1,250.
The 3 day work.
Yeah.
Wow.
$1,250. Yeah.
Wow.
That's so much money.
So when you leave KT, you never leave in a subject where you leave with?
Yeah. When I leave KT, I leave with surveying and mathematics.
Because at technical school.
Yeah. Mathematics. I think about 2 or 3 subjects I leave when we never have English, because I try with the English about 7 times I do English now. It's an interesting story. My mother way in England, right? Me and her do English our 1 year at the same time, and me fail and she pass.
Wow.
So they see the year with me, if you see a little C, say boy, I'm pass English, what? Me not do it again, what? Me not do it again, man. Me just know, say boy, English, wasn't for me, really. But over time, you'd have learned the precepts and the principles, right? So it's a never give up story. Right, so I had to do it over and over again before I could get it. But
7 times,
yeah,
wow.
So 7 times, yeah. So my mother laughed.
7 times right, 7 times fall, as you say?
The
English 7 times. No, you say you started working at Shine Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
Yes.
So what you do for the other days?
Yeah, so I think like during the day, most of the time you're the woman, because we never get to work yet. So I like.
So you stop sell Star fully now?
Star now.
So you should sell a Star?
Well, I used to get my 25 Star from Larry. I used to run the road and with my Gleaner, Star in my hand. Starry, yeah, man. Up and down through man apart, man. And sometimes you try to run get some money else, because once you start, you try, I'll cheer away. I'll sell one person, kind of thing.
Competition.
Until me eventually bring my brother in and selling Star too. So almost every work me do, my brother do it.
Oh, so you end up at a supermarket too?
End up at a supermarket with me too. And
so you work at a supermarket for how long after you left?
So I work at a supermarket for quite some time, because after a while I want to tell you, there was a gentleman by the name of Mr. Peter, that Urquhart Peter. And Mr. Peter would have also helped to shape my life and things. Along with a client of mine, and her name was, or a customer of mine. The days when saltfish was scarce, and so we used to get the saltfish for to make sure you get a nice pack of saltfish.
Oh, you get it out the supermarket, you put it on fair.
And put it on fair, and she used to always make sure. She was always encouraging. And so I tell you that when I bought my first undercard, right, from ever since I've been driving undercards, right, it was because of her. Because I was inspired by her, because I know when she had a 1982 undercard that was brand new. So every time I pushed the trolley, go to our car with our kids, the Chambers, I can remember Charles Chambers and Gillian Chambers, right? They would have opened the door and I smell the leather one, and I said, no man, one day. And that was my inspiration when I started driving undercards.
Wow. So how long you work at a supermarket for?
So I worked at a supermarket for quite some time. I think when I actually left the supermarket, I was about, might be 26 thereabouts.
Oh, so you went on full time?
Yeah, I went on full time.
So you start work every day now?
I start work every day now. So I ended up being from a front-end rapper to a shelf packer.
What is a front-end rapper? The people that put things in their bag?
Yes,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
that kind of thing. And so we used to call it wheel.
Oh.
So you have a trolley, you push it out, and you get your little tip. So now, when I go to supermarkets and the young in the front, I always encourage them and tell them this is where I come from.
Oh, that's good, that's good.
Yeah, man.
So then they turn shelf
packer, yeah. So
you get promotion.
You get promotion. So, and interesting because that was where I met my next boss, which was Andrew Gallimore, because he was the merchandising supervisor for Wisinko.
Oh.
And so from working at High Low, I met my next step, which was Andrew Gallimore. And Andrew Gallimore encouraged me to come to Wisinko to work for him.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so I went on to Wisinko.
In what capacity?
As a merchandiser.
Oh, okay.
And so Sovereign Supermarket, up by Ligani, I knew when it was building, and I was one of the first merchandisers that went into the supermarket with Mr. Gladdy and all those people to pack them shelves. You know, some more time when we were up on the shelf, we are cut from one end of the shelf to the next because we want our goods to have a good
shelf
spacing.
space. You want shelf space. You want good spacing. You want top shelf. It depends on what you're selling. You know the spacing is important.
Very, very important.
Yeah, them time that people never have to buy shelf space because you just pack out who come first, pack out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I met some really good people. Andrew Gallimore was quite influential in my life.
So you see, along the way, growing up, you had a lot of persons that were influencing your life positively.
Positively.
And it's not you suck up everything like a sponge.
Interesting because I knew I want what I wanted.
I tell God say, what list?
Nah, get what list? God.
Where what list I go?
Where what? Not fit me as usual.
Listen, what list are coming at your size?
What's not on my size at all?
None at all.
None at all. Yeah, you know.
Suck up everything like a sponge. That's good though. That's a very good list for a lot of young persons to know. All right. So you leave the supermarket now. Did you start having any children at this time or what?
No. I working at a supermarket. Then I went with Andrew, and so Andrew working at Wisinko, and then Andrew decided to open his company, Mobile Mechanic Club.
Oh.
And so I had the responsibility to ride a bike. Right? A Honda 50. Right? So
this is your first vehicle, like every year, just like.
Yeah, so I got the opportunity to ride the Honda 50. And so I used to sell, drive and drop the flyers around the company.
Promote the business,
yes,
yeah.
Promote the business. That's where I started with Andrew, you know, until Andrew really took me under his wing. I didn't never leave me, you know. So when Andrew moved from Mobile Mechanic and started Universal Freight and Life, I went with him and I went with his partner was very class with him. He gave me my break in sales, and so I started selling little things like they used to bring in some. The first thing that they brought in was the thing what we call the puncture thing. When you spray if you get a puncture.
Oh, I don't know, but for your tire.
Yeah, for your tire. So we used to bring those and used to sell them.
So you were the only salesman they had?
The only salesman at the time.
Okay, so you know that pressure, you know you have to sell.
Yeah,
and it's a new product.
It's a new product, so I used to ride around.
You still ride the under 50 and I sell. So you're not throw flyer again, you sell it now.
Yeah. So my breaking sales was almost natural, you know. And then they started bringing in.
Why I feel it was natural though?
Because for some reason the star became natural.
Oh,
something
yeah,
I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
And you know, I found selling and collecting interesting fun.
Yeah.
You know, I always wanted to sell, and I used to get commissions, so I want to sell more. Kind of, yeah.
Oh, so you went to the freight place. You were a sales rep there. How long you worked there for?
I worked there for about about 9 years. 9 years. About 9 years, yes.
And then when you left there, where you went?
So after I left there, I went to Sajiko.
Oh, you end up at Sajiko?
Island Life.
So. Oh, you end up at Island Life?
All right, so...
From a physical, selling something physical to something non-physical.
So, you know what is true? Randy McLean always say, boy, it's almost like he must say, walk for nothing better than sit down for nothing. And
what?
Walk for nothing better than sit down for nothing. And it almost like he must say, boy, once something give the urge, move. Because God is going to send the cosmics down the road.
That's so true.
Or send the electric, some connection.
Because if you sit down, nothing will come.
Absolutely.
Nothing will come if you sit down.
Absolutely.
But if you start walking, you will see things where you wouldn't have seen if you were sitting down.
And that's so true. And so I
No, but how did you get introduced to island life from that place?
Right. So I love football.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I know you
so
love
me you always find football anywhere. So you know, me used to play football with Constant Spring, League and Knee, and so on. So I love football. I know footballers and I know football from around Jamaica in the communities. And so there was a competition that used to go on in the Dust Bowl, right? A long time with the different corporate houses, the Island Lives, the NHTs, and so
business
on.
House.
Business house, right?
NCP,
So,
everybody used to play and them something there. Yeah,
definitely. So I used to stop in the evenings after work, right?
And watch it.
And watch a game. And there was a young lady by the name of Anuh Ross. You know, Anuh is a church sister of a cousin of mine, right? So the connection, right? So I used to pride myself because I love dress up. So I pride myself, put myself together. So I always, them times I drive a white Corolla.
So when you get the car, since it's at the place?
Yeah, man.
Or you buy a little car?
I get my little car. Cause Derek and Andrew used to give me the cars. I used to carry it home and then eventually buy a Corolla for myself.
Which is
you know
good.
what I mean?
Yeah, man.
And so I used to go to the football matches every evening and so on. And one day I wrote
So you
a
were
song.
still living at your?
Still living up at Long Lane.
Okay.
Right. But anyway, Long Lane. So she saw me one evening and she said to me, you know, say, you think you'll do well in insurance. And I say, insurance, them time I don't know nothing.
You don't know the word of insurance.
Insurance. I said, nah, man. She said, give me a number. I'm going to call you. Introduce you to my boss. But interestingly, one day I was getting ready for work and my phone rang. Them time they at the brick phone, you know, the brick cell phone, them time they
Nokia.
997, them number there, yeah. And the phone rang and she said, on the opposite side of the phone was her. She said, you know, Leighton, my boss wants to talk to you, you know, so when him can meet you. So I said, Aruna, I'm not tell you I'm not interested in insurance, man. But something dawned on me on that day. As just I was about to put down the phone, something dawned on me. Say, why turn your back on an opportunity you don't know about? So I call her back and I say, you know what is true? I'm going to meet you. I want to meet your boss.
Yeah.
And she set up the meeting for
why
Wednesday.
Turn your back on an opportunity that you know nothing about?
And that you know nothing about.
Wow, okay, you don't know what going to open.
You don't know what door might
Wow,
open.
that's a powerful statement though.
So I decided I was going to go to the appointment. And I went in. So the Wednesday, I went down. And I went upstairs over the Island Life building, which was on, I don't remember right now, but yeah. When we go upstairs, I see on the production board, one Earl Thompson. And when I say Earl Thompson for production, FYC, API, everything, I said, no, sir, I'm not going to
Say someone that dominates.
Dominate, I'm not going there. But, you know, I think I was inspired. I said, you know what, I'm here, let me see what happens. And, of course, that's where my insurance career started.
How long ago was that?
That was in 2002, late 2001, early 2000.
So that's about 19?
About 19 years to today.
So you resigned from the job and go there?
My interest, I didn't resign yet. So I was feeling out insurance. I wanted to know what insurance was like. And so because I was working now as a custom broker.
Wow, you promote up yourself, man.
Yeah, man. I was. So
you moved from sales rep to custom broker.
Yeah, so I was working as a Derek for DAC Limited, for Derek Custom Broker. So I used to go to the airport and clear goods and so on.
Yeah,
then,
man.
And so when lose chain of thought. So
you leave Derek?
Yeah, so I leave.
You were working both of them?
Yeah, both of them. And then I said, why, you know, let me try. Let me really try. Cause I start to see some people at the well and people like the same Earl Thompson and they call Ashley Grant and you know Keith Binns and so I'm saying, you know what, it's too late. And I go and try this and I made this decision that I was going to move and moved on to life insurance sales.
19 years ago, you just made a
19,
decision.
19 years ago.
You never saw this any at all in your future?
Never.
But you see, you had the sales thing from selling the star.
Selling Star, yes.
And insurance is very competitive.
Very.
Very competitive.
And so I moved in, and so my boss, my then boss was Mr. Patrick Sinclair that started us at the Phoenix branch, and so I was learning the ropes and not knowing, you know, what my journey would have been like, but I was learning the ropes, and so I would have tried to follow people like Earl Thompson, because Earl was like the big agent at the time, but you know, but my conservation was going awry, going south, and you know.
It's a discourager.
Discouragement, but.
Because we know where that go.
But we stuck it out.
Yeah.
And so I think it was in 2000, and it was when there was a change. No, Mr. Sinclair got a promotion to go to Montego Bay to be the branch manager, and he now was making a decision as to, you know, which agents he would have selected to go and which agent to go with him, and where we would have gone afterwards. And so, you know, like Faith would have had it, I was the kind of person that I always wanted to learn, because, you know, over this time I went to IMP, right, and Institute of Management and Production, and started to do some professional courses like principal and professional salesmanship, and
you wanted to sharpen your craft.
Yes, and you know, do a diploma in marketing and stuff like that. So, you know, I was sharpening my skills as I went along, and there was a gentleman by the name of Randy McLean, and I remember the first time I went into Randy McLean's office, I saw his diploma, or he got his master's. I'm gonna say, you know, I want to be around this gentleman because, you know, he's always learning, and I noticed that him had the ball, so he was a big man.
Yeah.
And I said, boy, this man was always learning. So I made a decision that I wanted to go to this branch, but unfortunately, never want me.
Conservation, I got AY.
Yeah, I never had no good conservation and all them things, so he never want me. So it was Donovan Brown, which was his unit manager at the time. I said, well, I work with him, man. But that me never know them things. I didn't think he came out in the wash, or after a while, you know. Donovan Brown, so I work with him, man. And so I got into the branch with people like, you know, Calvin Smith, Donovan Brown, you know, Neil Chana Kim, yeah, you know, some real Keith Binns, Clive Eslop, you know, some real big hitters at the time.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's where insurance really started for me.
Oh, so at that point in time now, you started to just do courses to ensure that you get yourself up to standard.
Yes.
Because you never did leave KT with no open subject.
Not at all.
So you did really down at the bottom level.
Yes.
So you try to come up now and you just do some subject, just do some courses.
Some courses.
And then did you like the insurance industry when you went in there?
No, not to be honest. No, I was just doing it because I mean, again, I said I didn't have a vision for the industry. I was really just doing something. I mean, I realized that it could have helped me, right? But insurance at that time, I think the insurance industry was going through this evolution or its revolution, or whatever the right word is. And so I was really there trying to carve out a niche for myself and trying to find it.
Yeah, try to find yourself.
Still trying to find myself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So at what point did you start to actually do good in the industry?
Wow. When I started do I mean
Can you start qualifying for MDRT and everything? And
yeah, 2000 could have been around about 2012. You know, when I look at my trophy stand now, I see some accolades. You know, coming second runner up to people like John Tollo, and that's a big thing.
In the branch.
In the branch, and
yeah, that's a big achievement.
Casey's trophy, and you know, I would have been second runner up to Maurice McDonald, and you know, so I suppose around about 2010 when Maurice really came to the branch, I was I was finding my foot, but to say I was a big agent or a recognized agent, I would not say. But I was a consistent agent. So I was really finding my consistent agent. Yeah, so I was finding my foot at the time. Yeah.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah.
So you worked at Surgical, you worked in the same branch.
Yes.
You went through transition. You did, I think they have some courses, like
Yes,
you did the courses to get certified.
Yes.
And you know, teach some of the courses as well.
Yeah. So I remember I started to do what we call the LUTCF, which is Life Underwriters Training Course. And so I started the courses. I think I started the course as far back as 2007. But I really wasn't doing very well, so I left the courses.
You never have no motivation for one to do it because you're not good and busy yourself. I don't even know if I stay right here, so.
Exactly. And so I found my motivation through a lady by the name of Jennifer Rose. So I went.
Big up Miss Rose.
Yes. So I was invited to Toastmasters, right, by Randy McLean. And so I started Toastmasters and I did up to 4 speeches, right? So I would do the icebreaker, and then about 3 other speeches. Jennifer Rose was a part of Toastmasters. And so she knew me. And so I did not know she was even recognizing, but she knew me. And so when I was doing the LUTCF and I stopped, she called me and she said, Leighton, she called me a name. But the name mean that me not finish. I can't remember the name right now. And I say, you know, I never feel so good about it, but, you know, but I cover it up. Eh? And then she called me one day while we did a course together. And she said, I'm going to tell you something. If you think you're going to feel the course, yeah? Make you feel. I'm saying, all right. And she said, I'm going to call you and follow up with you. It was retirement time. And lo and behold, she called me one day, and when I see the phone, I said, what lady I called me from, but, you know, she took the time out to call me. So I decided that I was going to go and sit with her. And that was, to me, the defining and the turning point in my insurance career. Because that time I recognized, you know what is true, somebody's interested in me, and I think I should show the interest too. And so I went on and I did the retirement planning, and I did well and I passed. And so I eventually went on to do all the courses, and I passed all of them. And so I was given or conferred the Financial Services Certified Professional, which is a designation, very high order designation.
Right. This time you're qualifying for MDRT and everything every year and year now.
Well, I wouldn't say every year, but I would have gotten some MDRT designation. Qualification for them.
So you started having children at this time now?
Yeah, I think I started having children at age 30. So my first son was born when I was about 30 years old.
You were at Life?
No, I was
Custom broker.
Custom broker.
Okay.
So my first son with Continent, but I was with my lady at the time. Maxine, and we had a good relationship.
Yeah, okay. And then you went on to have a daughter.
I have a daughter, LaShawn, yes, and a son.
Yeah, so you're a father.
I'm a father.
So I know insurance is very time consuming. How do you juggle insurance and family?
Well, you know, it is tough, right? But I find time, right? I make time, and so we go football together. I find life on a Saturday from time to time. I'm there, and we live together for an extended period.
Okay.
And so I growing up, even though I recognize and respect that I had a father coming around, I always said I wanted to make sure that I didn't have the same kind of life, that my father was not always in my life. If I should
So you made it very...
I made every effort to make sure that my kids were good.
All right. So you have your family, in the insurance, you just make up your mind that this is what you're going to do.
Yes.
You're doing consistent every year, everything going good. You know, get the designation,
Right.
everything going well. You know, you become unit manager in 2019.
Yeah, I became unit
What
manager
month?
2018.
Oh, 2018,
Yes.
November 2018. So you really never start the unit. We wouldn't call 2018 then.
No.
So unit manager, so 2019 now, a new unit manager is, and you're working on, how is it going?
But you know, when I remember when Mr. McLean called me and said, boy, you know, it's your time now. And I said, boy, Mr. McLean, I'm not ready. not my thing. But he made a decision that, you know, he would have seen something in me. And
You never seen yourself.
Right, and I never seen myself. And so he said he was going to register me for the basic managers course. Right? I think Mr. McLean would have been inspired by Walter Grant, because Walter Grant is a very good friend of mine. Walter and I, wherever you are, Walter Grant, you know, may your soul rest in peace. You have been a great inspiration to me. And so Walter Grant and I Walter is a very good friend of mine. You know, we go all over the world. We enjoy Jamaica. You know what I mean? Walter is an inspiration. And so Walter said to me one day, because I remember working with Walter, I encouraged Walter to go into management. And so one day Walter said to me, I'm going to tell your boss that I think you would be a good manager. And I said, Walter, no, I'm not feeling something. But anyway, Walter went behind my back and he told him. And so one day when they were coming from managers meeting, I was downstairs and Walter said, stop yourself. Your boss will come. Tell him, say, boy, I won, you know? And the rest is history. So Mr. McLean registered me for the basic managers course. And I was the same gentleman that taught that course was the man that told Mr. McLean when in my entry that I would not be a good agent, which was Bobby Bond, right? And he was the one who taught me the management course and said, you are going to be a good manager.
So it changed your mind. You were going to be a good agent, but because of your progression,
Yes.
you know, he knows, see that you can.
Yes.
Sometimes for write off people, you know, you're not supposed to write. Just give somebody a chance.
Give somebody a chance.
Because that's what the boss, that's what Mr.
McLean
gave you.
Yeah, he gave me an opportunity. And so in 2017, I remember, I had about 4 policemen that were supposed to join my team. And for some reason, something changed within the force, and they didn't come. And I remember Mr. McLean called me and said, son, don't worry about that. I mean, you're cut for this, and you will do well, and I will help you. And so when he was leaving the career in 2017, he gave me my first agent is Natalie Walters, and said, all right, you can start with
Dr. Natalie Walters, yeah.
And so that's where I started. And so I got, from there, I got a young man, about 4 agents though, and then I was appointed unit manager in 2018, and I got the Rookie of the Year in 2019.
For the company?
For the company.
What place did you come in 2019?
In 2019, I came, if I remember very well, I think I came about 3rd or 4th. Yeah.
But you got the Rookie of the Year for the company
yes.
in 2019.
In 2019.
In
2019, I came 2nd.
Yeah, because I know it was more up.
In 2019, I came 2nd.
And in 2020?
In 2020, I went on to become the unit manager of the year.
For the entire surgical work?
For the entire surgical work, yes.
Wow. Get appointed 2018 November. Get rookie, the Rookie of the Year came from your unit. Then 2020, you become in a pandemic year.
Yes.
Pandemic.
Yes.
You became unit manager of the year for surgical work.
I was unit manager of the year for the Jaguars unit.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to say big up to all Jaguars. It's indeed a pleasure working with you. Looking forward to another great year in 2021.
Yeah, because I realized that they call it greatness.
Yes. You know, when that word or that term was inspired. You know, I always from from that time when I told you that I spoke to God and God said, boy, I
Nah, come what list?
Nah, get what list. For some reasons, there's always some inspiration. And so I remember it just came to me. I was going to the park one day, and it was security. I just said greatness, and from that, the security repeated back to me, and then greatness, and then it just kept, and the repetition went on, and more people caught on to it, and from there, the word has been, and everybody.
What's that called? Greatness.
Greatness, yes.
You are indeed great, though. You are indeed great because you motivate and you lift up other persons, which is good. You do, you encourage other persons, but your story is something that is just so amazing, because from selling star to sleeping in a bed, 400 on one bed, if you eat ginger food, if you eat mango, 6 mango for lunch, if you eat juice around on your hand,
yes.
to becoming unit to the shed pan,
yes.
to becoming unit manager of the year for Sagicor for 2020. That's a great feat.
But I must, in all of this, I must give God thanks. I mean, I have been, somebody that I be respect and, holistically believe in the power of God and so on. And so, I am eternally grateful for all that He has given and all that He continues to do. My mother, my sister, the same, And, I always believe that there's somebody praying for me. People like Mr. McLean and, Leslie Francis and, Jody James. People, there's always people
somebody looking out for you.
And I really believe in that, So I'm eternally grateful.
I feel grateful, Leighton, because you not sleep on a bed in a spring or juke again.
No, come I have my own place now.
I can roll over and not for roll for nobody.
Not for roll for nobody. More than one bedroom to sleep in.
Wow. Yeah, man. So that's a great feat. So do you have anything you want to tell any young person out there that we can inspire and motivate? Or you just, because you had a rough life, you went through it rough. So what words would you like to say to anybody in YouTube land that, just want to just at least encourage and motivate one person? Because a lot of persons are going through a lot of stuff and they don't really know how to deal with it. So if you think of one thing that you could say to somebody, based upon what you have went through and what you have achieved, what would you say to them?
What would I say to them in YouTube land? Growing up, I must tell you, there's a time in my life I really believed that, I would have come to nothing. Yeah, but I kept holding on. I kept believing that there was something better for me. One thing I want to say, have a vision. Have a vision that of where you want to go. And if you have a vision, eventually, over time, you will start making those simple steps that will move you towards your vision.
The manifestation of your vision.
And the manifestation of your vision. So I would say, and everybody I talk to, all the young people that I interview, have a vision. Without a vision, you really don't know what you're going after. Have a vision.
Thank you so much, Leighton. Thank you so much for this powerful interview. And I know you're not done yet. I know you're going higher and higher and higher. But we'll hear about you from star vendor, to eating ginger food, to unit manager here. Congratulations. Big up yourself, Leighton. I know you're my friend.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And all the very best.
Thank you, my darling. There you have it, folks. Real people, real stories. This has been another episode of the Wealthy Wendy Show. The financial tip for the week is go search for some financial literacy. Knowledge is the new money. The first word in wealth is we. Go find yourself some financial literacy. Go get yourself a financial advice.